Okay, welcome back on Gran Turismo 7 on Nightcrawler channel, and we are still we still got Crosby in first, and Billy Norman second, and Mitch Stevens third. So the top three have not changed. In fact, the top four have not changed, except for Watson overtaken Michael Blackett, and so Ethan Lester sees Watson in the rearview mirrors, and Watson chose to back out. I think that was a bit of a brake test out of Lester, and Watson's gone into the grass, and there was side to side, and Lester must have not wanted to back off there. So Watson gets fourth position. There's Mitch Stevens. And hopefully it'll be all right between these two. And Billy Norman still in second. So we have a look down, and Jaden Renzi all the way to the bottom. Now this is good. And there's Kieran Blackett. He's usually in the middle order. And so there's Andrew and Darren Barnett. Darren Barnett was actually fifth earlier, but he's gone way down. And Michael Hutchings has gone down to 12th. So in the HRT Commodore, this is actually not good for the champion contender. So Michael, if he gets at least third, he could actually still grab the championship. But yeah, he's further down than he was before. And there's Capel. Hold up. So race info. Okay, there we go. That way I don't have to go back all the time. Zoe Lester in 9th position. So Brody and Zoe had a nice battle earlier here in this corner. Zoe got ahead of Brody again, because Brody actually got on the outside, and more of that happened. That corner's got to be very dangerous for a nice intense battle. And Chris Kernahan in the HSV racing team, and he hasn't changed his spot. And there's Tom Coverdale. He made debut at Bathurst the day I forgot to record, and he was at least 6th position, and he was in the same spot now. And he just made his personal session best time. He was 6 seconds ahead of time, so that was good. Here's Zoe Lester. Sorry, Ethan Lester. And both in the Adelaide Crows Mustang, and Ethan Lester is actually managing quite well in 5th position, and behind Watson. And Craig Watson is actually doing all right. He's not actually trying to push the car too hard. He's just... he might want to close the gap. He might want to overtake. And... oh! Mitchell Stevens shuts the door on his own teammate, and... there's a teammate rivalry happening. Watson locked the rear wheels just to not contact his own teammate, and Mitchell Stevens did not want to let his own teammate pass. So, what is Craig's plan? What is Craig's plan? And this is actually... we don't want a silly mistake here between two teammates. And Watson's just happy to hang back, and Mitchell Stevens sees him in the rear mirrors, I think, and he locks the rear wheels again. Crosby still dominating 1st position. So Ethan Lester's gone down a few positions, so the two Commodores have overtaken. Chris Kernahan's moving up the order slowly, and Tom Coverdale is actually doing okay as well in 5th position. And so out of these two teammates, Watson is actually a champion contender, and he needs to become first. And there's a little block, and Watson's been given a 500 millisecond penalty. So Watson needs to slow down for those amount of seconds. But what race control did not know was it was Stevens that slammed the door on him. So this is not great at all. So this is starting to get silly here in Daytona out of the two teammates. Teammate rivalry, and this is what I do not personally enjoy. So Watson has been over the yellow line a few times because he doesn't want to have contact between his own teammates. Watson still hasn't slowed down yet, so Billy Norman has at least got 4.5 second gap between him and Stevens and Crosby. At least a 5 second gap, and he's still in the lead for HRT. And so Crosby, he's at least 5 seconds behind his personal best lap. So Crosby, the fastest lap of the race so far. Can other drivers beat it? Watson hasn't beaten it yet. Still slams the door on him. And Watson has a look at the inside. Can Watson get 3rd position? He's running way off the road. And they both have gone into the... They have not gone into the pits, but they gone into the first corner, and he's still slamming the door on him. So this teammate rivalry is actually getting out of hand. Mitch, if Craig's got to go past, there's no need to shut the door on him. He's your teammate, so if he's got to get past, let him pass. So team leader's actually trying to lay it down to Mitch. And Watson has a look down on the inside, and he's trying to get past Mitch. And you can hear those gears. You can hear Watson shifting those gears. Watson almost locked the rear wheels again. And that's the end of the teammate rivalry, I hope. And there's Norman. So Billy Norman might see Watson in the mirrors, and he will actually have a look down on the inside. Watson's got a plan here. Again, he tries to avoid contact, and they're both off. They carry too much speed, and this is dangerous for both of them. Mitchell Stevens is back in the competition here, and Billy Norman has lost at least 3 seconds for carrying too much speed, and they're both gone off road. You don't see that too often. And Watson has a look down on the inside. He gets 2nd position. So Billy Norman has to give way, and Watson in 2nd now. And there's a huge gap out of Watson and Crosby, and Jacob Crosby has led for 13 laps. Can he actually hold on? And we actually can't get through to Jacob, but his race team can. But let's have a look here. So Stevens, still looking a bit dangerous. Oh, hang on. So Watson might have gone off, but he still gets second position. Still struggling to keep that inside though. And Crosby, he still dominating. So 14 laps he's now led this race. And okay, let's have a look down the order. And there's, oh, here comes Coverdale. So Stevens, we know Stevens can hold his position. And Ethan Lester is 7th, so he's got no way of catching up. And Watson in the Commodore there, and the Holden Racing Team Commodore, it's dominated this race, and his teammates gone all the way down the order. So all of these cars, down here, and they have no way of catching up to the leader. So Michael Hutchings, like I was saying earlier, he is the champion contender, and he has led all year in the championship, and I'm sorry, all season. Speaking of seasons, where are the seasons racing teams at? Must be further down, I don't think. Hang on! Watson has taken first place! He's got him well on the inside. And so he's taken this corner, this turn very, very well. Now, Watson doesn't have to worry about another car on the outside, sorry, and so he can control his race now. Watson in first place. Can he hold first place? So Mitchell Stevens. Earlier he blocked Watson, slammed the door on him, and this is actually dangerous. That was actually dangerous out of him and Watson. So 14 laps, Crosby has led the race. So Ethan Lester will be back at Bathurst in the next race for next Wednesday. And next Wednesday coming up, we'll actually have another race at Bathurst. And next race after that will be at Willow Springs. Willow Springs is known for the tricky corners. So, oh my goodness. So 15 laps to go. Watson in first, Crosby second, Norman third. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, welcome back. Watson is back in the, is still holding his first position very well. Not that far from behind is actually Billy Norman and Stevens. This is looking like an intense battle, and the AAA Vodafone car looks to be under a lot of pressure because Mitch Stevens is right up his backside, and so this is absolutely got to be more of an intense battle. We've got 11 laps to go. Watson, can he lead the rest of the race? And can Stevens keep his cool? And so Stevens looking like he wants to take second position away from Norman. Okay, so we got Michael Hutchinson, and Michael, can I reach out to you?
Hurry up, there's a corner coming. A little bit busy at the moment.
Ow! Okay, so you're in 8th position. You were actually 13th position. You moved up the ladder in the HRT Commodore, so you seem to be holding your line pretty well. You got Ethan Lester up ahead. How you want to play this battle?
I'm going to win, you know, and that's how it goes. That young fella up in front, he's not going to beat me.
So you've been leading in the championship this season. You currently are on top of the ladder. If you get 4th or 5th, you can still have the championship in your name. And if you get in that position, or if you come first, nobody's going to catch you.
That's the plan. That's the plan. That's what's going to happen then. You know, we planned for this all year. Goodbye, all you others.
So you've been dominant in the whole race team. Actually, you've got Ethan Lester in front of you, and the Mustang that he's driving. You reckon he can hold the corner like he can?
It's a Ford. No.
Alright, we'll leave you to it, and we'll leave you to it, and best of luck. If you come 4th or 5th, you still have enough points to win the championship.
Alright, thank you. I'll get back to winning the race.
So that was our championship leader, Michael Hutchings, and that's actually he's actually very confident on winning this race, but hopefully he can overtake this Mustang, and hopefully he will be able to steal the championship away from Stevens, away from Watson. And as we move further up the order, Stevens has managed to get second, as I got to leave to Woodcroft in another 5 minutes. So I'll get up to the final lap. That'll save me a lot of time. 2 laps left, and they are both going into the pits. And sorry, they're not going into the pits. So Stevens. Okay, this looks to be the teammate rivalry, and He's turned his own teammate around, and this is dangerous. And this is the 29th lap. We got one more lap to go. Watson gets the clean overtake on the outside. Stevens pushed his own teammate around.
Why did he turn me around? Just focus, mate, focus. Stevens hasn't won a championship yet. Okay, righto.
So there you heard, Mitchell Stevens is that desperate to win a championship. And can he do it here in the US and here in Daytona? This is where every racing superstar would want to win a championship. And if Stevens wins this, he will have the championship. But Mitchell Stevens, we're coming up onto the final lap. Watson in the lead, and Watson is actually looking to end the race right here and now, as we were talking to Michael, but he's been pushed back down to the 11th position. So if he remains there, he'll be second in the championship. And this is the final lap now, and as Watson leading the race, he's putting it full throttle around that little chicane, and he slows it down, and he was hoping that he hopes that he doesn't lock the rear wheels. He carried too much speed in that corner, and Watson has to build up the speed, because this is a big teammate rivalry action. Looking to overtake on the inside was Mitchell Stevens, and Watson does not let him. And Watson says, have a taste of your own medicine. And Mitchell Stevens has to get the lead, but he needs to do it properly. And this is actually very, very intense. And he has enough time. He has enough time to actually steal the lead from Watson. So Watson in the lead still. Mitchell Stevens right on his tail. And Stevens has a look on the inside, and this is it. Watson, he has to hold his line very well. He actually turned. He's made contact with Stevens. And Mitchell Stevens actually taken the lead away from Watson. Watson, he's coming back into this. This isn't over. Oh! And that's it. That's the end of the race. Stevens has won by an inch. Mitchell Stevens hits the corner of his own teammate's car to win that race. And so you have a look here. Michael was actually back down in 10th position. So Michael Hutchings remained second in the championship. Thank you for watching the live stream. I'll put this on my videos list, and have a great day. I'll see you next time at Bath.